The truth doesn't always feel good, but you gotta hear it. You know what? It's better to be hurt by the truth than to live in some kind of ignorance is bliss nonsense. Ignorance is bliss is beta male. Feel the truth, hearing the truth, knowing the truth, and having to deal with that fact and moving on will make you the stronger, better person. And in this video, I'm gonna hit you with some truths that you don't wanna hear, but I hate to break it to you. You can try to do some copium, you can try to make excuses, you can try to do whatever it is to not have to see the facts, but bro, deal with it. Call of Duty's dying. It's in the worst state it's ever been in. No one's playing the game. The servers are empty. It's horrible. There's so many problems. Dead franchise, dead game. I'm quitting. Like David Chappelle said, I don't give a fuck about Twitter because Twitter's not real life.
When Sticks and Stones came out, a lot of people in the trans community were furious with me, and apparently they dragged me on Twitter. I don't give a fuck because Twitter's not a real place.
And that seems to be the case when it comes to Call of Duty. And I'm sorry to say this. Like, personally, my opinion of Call of Duty is I'm not really enjoying it anymore. I've been playing it for 20 years. I'm an old head now. Not everything stays the same. Things of your taste and what you liked and didn't like change. And quite frankly, the reality of the fact is, and I hate to say this, is that Call of Duty in no way whatsoever, in Activision in general, in any way whatsoever, is doing poorly. And with the new data and new information that's come out, I'll tell you what there, Ghost, that's fake news. But it's not. It's publicly traded information and it's been released, and it shows the player base and the player count, the actual real numbers when it comes to Activision and how many people are playing Call of Duty and what really is going on. It isn't what you think it is. Like, I'm sorry, there's no way to put it. You can hate the game. I can hate the game. We can rant about the game. But what's happening online with YouTube videos and Twitter and just social media in general is not an accurate representation of reality of what's happening on the outside world with casual people who play Call of Duty or play these games in general. Sometimes there's a correlation between what's happening online and what's happening in reality, but most of the time it seems that there is a disconnect of what we think is real and what really is real. Last year, in this quarter, with 3 IPs, with the hottest Call of Duty multiplayer, when everybody here playing this game and playing Caldera and playing Warzone and playing Rebirth Island and Resurgence Rebirth Island and the old map on 2019 Modern Warfare, at the peak of that time, in that average, it was 100 million people across all the platforms that were playing the game, that logged in and that participated. Do you want to know how bad, how down, how horrible Call of Duty is right now? You want to know how bad it's taking a hit? You know how many people are playing it right now with only 1 IP, not 3, but only 1 IP. Before we had 3, we had Caldera, Vanguard, Modern Warfare 2019, Warzone, had all of those other maps. And had 100 million people play with only 1 map now and 1 game mode being counted for the stat. You know how bad Call of Duty's down? All right, leave a comment down below right now before you watch this right now, and then you can come back and edit that if you want. It'll say you edited, but just take a guess. Take a guess. I'll tell you, 2%. We're down to 98 million. We went from 100 million to 98 million. For those of you who ain't good at math, ching chong, bing bong, eating chimichangos, bingo bongo, that's 2% down. That's all it is. And you wonder why the developers don't listen to us or don't care. They try to pretend like they care online. They try to pretend like they listen when they invite out the COD shills to go out and play Call of Duty early. I don't even know why they do that anymore, because their input is pretty much null and void. Unless you're talking about Call of Duty esports, those guys actually have an input, because that's a very small circle, and what they say is what actually is going to dictate what's happening in the esports genre. But even then, sometimes they don't listen to those people because the audience wants to see different things than what the actual esport nerds actually want to do, or the esport professionals like Face Sensor or Doug Sensor, whatever the fuck that guy's name is, because what they say doesn't even actually equate to the real world. And what you want or what I want or we think is actually good for Call of Duty, we're in the bracket. Like when we play Call of Duty, there's two places. There's skill-based matchmaking. YouTubers and Twitter people and you people who actually watch these videos and watch Raid Away and watch all these other, you know, I don't know, Korean Savage or Face Swag or whatever people you watch, Ace Ventura or NerosCinema. Those people like us is a very small little demographic that probably gets put in the skill-based matchmaking on the right as Call of Duty nerds. And then there's everybody else. Like, I think what I need to tell you, we're having a realization. You think we're the cool kids, right? No, we're the fucking dorks, guys. Hate to break it to you. One of these 7 watching off the judge may or may not have a grudge. We're the fucking dorks. You're a dork. I'm a dork. We're all dorks on here. We're Call of Duty geeks, man, because we don't matter. We don't care. We're a small, whiny demographic who think Call of Duty should be this way, and the majority are just regular bros out there. You think you're the cool bro. You ain't, bro. You ain't. And if you think you are, you aren't, because if you're complaining about this game, then you know what? You aren't the demographic that actually just plays a game like a normie. You are boosted, wearing a mask, and think that the climate change is going to end the world. That's you right now. That's you. That's us. It's reverse. Like, it's Uno out here. They flipped Uno. I never played Uno because I don't play board games. Board games are for nerds unless it's Risk or Monopoly. Other than that, you can pound sand. So I thought I'd just break it down. Dead game, no one's playing it, franchise is dead, 2% decline, with less actual IPs to count for towards their total numbers, which means that they actually haven't probably lost anything at all. And then you wonder why they don't listen, because they don't care to listen, because we don't matter, we don't count, and our opinions aren't actually really valid to them being successful. That's the video. Take care. Last but not least, and most importantly, stay black. Questions don't let the reptilian shapeshifters bring you down. I love you, but I gotta hit you with the facts, okay? The truth doesn't always feel good. Bye.